before I even have a chance to forget about that movie. Tell me why it was so good. Tell me why Until Dawn peak cinema. The acting. The body horror. Everything. Oh my god. The worst part was I was the only person by themselves there. But I did get jump scared a few times too, because it was a little scary. It was a little scary. And that's the best part. And they even say it in the movie. Because different things happen as it goes on. Oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta text my sister and get 7 for you. But it was so good. It was so good. Oh my god. I loved it. I loved it so much. Oh my god. The W words in there. I'm not saying that shit because I live near woods. I will be superstitious about, dog mayo, little cannibalistic motherfuckers. Yeah, them, the slashers, the randomly giant fucking creatures. And I don't even want to post the first part because I'm so embarrassed. But this movie was based on the first one. They showed a teaser for the next one that is the cabin. Where it's just a prank hand happens. Was it amazing? Was it incredible? Was it just the most perfect thing in the world? I don't want to post like the pre-movie thing because I wish I brought my little sister with me because that would have freaked the shit out of her. Oh, like I got jump scared by a very easy one in the beginning because I was like, oh, what are they doing? But I'll go into it. I'll go try and go as order in the movie. This is gonna be a huge spoiler type deal, whatever. If I ever start editing and I start, they make it to where if you're not supposed to see it, you won't see it until you see it. But you can literally see what people are doing in the dark. It is literally the best. I mean, lighting situation, incredible. Like I went in there and I was like, I'll post the whatever. I haven't had time to look into anything about it. I just saw like the trailer where like the things in that one chick's cheek, which it was in the movie. It was in the movie, and I was like, I have to go see it if just for that. Tell me why it was actually so good. The body horror. Oh my god. And here's the thing. I've never, like I said, I've watched playthroughs of some of the Dead by Daylight, some of those Butterfly Effect games. I haven't played them myself. Anyway, you can't see me. But in the movie, when it was dark, you could see stuff. Which is so sad that is such a cool thing in modern movies. Like, that's the sad part about it being a cool thing in a modern movie. And the movie was also funny. They were fucking funny as shit sometimes. I was in there giggling my ass off. Oh my god. I was surrounded by a bunch of couples too. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I will here in a minute once I get over the acting. And I think I only have like one complaint really, and it's about the one character. They did go into the trope of being like the Asian person got possessed, even though she is like a medium, she is a psychic in the movie, which I think she kills it at it. It's like play as a joke at first, but as it goes on, she like gets really fucking good at it, and I'm like, holy shit. Which, I mean, only as good as you can get in like a very The Night Resets horror movie, you know? But other than that, I think maybe the weird inflation they did on her body too, which was scary and gross. Definitely super painful way to go. God, I just love this fucking movie. When I watch movies, I try to find something to complain about, because I'm a very positive person. I want to be positive. Movies movie starts off great. Beginning of the movie, solid. You know? And I don't know how accurate this is to the games. This one, particularly. So, isn't this one based off of the multiplayer game, too? I believe. I think I know the second, and maybe the third one better than I know the first. But I think this is... It's probably going to be proven right, even though in basic knowledge that it's based off of the multiplayer game. But anyways, starting off, amazing opening. Starts off with this girl that you find out is like one of the main five's sister. She ran off after their mom died to go find herself, and then she found herself in a fucking time loop of death and murder, and then became a W, you know, not in the good way, the flesh-eating kind. And then you flash to, she's like crawling her way out of a hole, breaking through the surface, whatever. She lays on her back, she's like, and she's obviously like giving up. She's like, never this, like I'm done, you know? Which, I'm gonna be honest, after the first night, I think I'd hit that point. I think I would have absolutely hit that point of being like, fuck off, everybody, you know? But, as she like goes and lays on her back trying to catch her breath, trying to just like grapple with reality for a minute, she just dug herself out of a W hole. I'm gonna call the win W's this entire time because I don't even like saying win. I'm gonna be very superstitious right now. That movie fucking killed it, you know? Anyways, these W's, like, obviously were trying to drag her back down and everything. She crawls out of this hole. She lays on her back, she looks up, and it's like the serial killer person, whatever. She turns on her back, looks up, there's a serial killer guy with the mask, the busted up mask, and she's like, please don't kill me again. I don't have another night. I can't do another night, please. Don't kill me. I could not, like, those guys barely made it out as a group. Those guys barely made it out as a group. Spoiler for the end. I could not imagine going in by myself. Could not imagine. Anyways. Cut to the gang in a car driving down the road. And they are, and it fades in really well. It shows like the hourglass sand running down, like what time she had left. And then it kind of fades into the car driving on the road where the sand was the road, and it's really cool. Thinking again. And they find this bus stop and they stop there and they do like a little hand holding circle thing. You know, trying to connect to the one chick is like this spiritual Megan? I think her name is Megan. I call her Megan. She's like very spiritual. She's like, we need to hold hands in a circle to try and feel her energy here, you know? They took this road trip because I call her Clover. It's her last name, but Clover, her older sister, the one in the beginning, went missing after she fucking left after, like, 2 weeks after her fucking mom died. She was like, I need to go be myself in New York City. And it's like, pop off, I guess. Fucking, okay. And so, she fucking skedaddles out of there. And there's a big group of people in a movie, I'm not gonna lie. I usually don't remember any of their names. So the main girl is Clover, just about. Main girl in the group is Clover. They're trying to find her sister because after her sister left and went missing which I say left and went missing, she went missing like a little bit after. Like they followed a trail of like videos places she stopped at, and that gas station was one of them. This is where the jump scare gets me, because as these people are like standing there holding hands in a circle, trying to like focus on finding the sister's energy, you hear like a loud beep, because it was like a slow zoom in. I'm like, something's gonna happen, I just don't know what. The loudest fucking horn goes off, and a giant like fucking RV like drives by and beeping their horn. They're like, what the fuck you doing me around? Anyways, they get out of the way. The one chick goes in to get a coffee. The Clover goes in to get a coffee. As the rest of them are sitting out there talking, hanging out, whatever. And she asks like the gas station attendant, she's like, have you seen this girl? And he's like, very pretty, she looks like you. She's like, have you seen her? And he's like, she's missing, huh? She goes, I never said that. He's like, a lot of people go missing around here, down yonder, down that road. Which I can't say anything, because that's how, here, I'll get out of your way. That's how all country people talk anyways. Like, genuinely, most people struggle to give a shit. But, he's like, you know, down yonder. Oh, that was a cop. Hell yeah, good for me. I've been making smart moves. Anyways. He, like, tells her the name, like, Glentown or whatever. I was just enjoying the movie. Alright, a lot of this stuff does not fucking matter at the end of the day. It was a good movie with good acting. Back to the movie. Outside, her friends are talking, and this one guy, he's been dating this chick for 3 months. Imagine all this shit happening. Keep this in mind whenever I bring him up. The boyfriend, that's what I'm gonna call him, the boyfriend. He literally has only been dating the hot one. This hot chick, super fucking hot. Oh my god. So goddamn hot. She is like amazing. She's beautiful. She's realistic. She's honest. And she's pure heart, I believe, truly. Because she's stuck by them motherfuckers that entire time. When he was trying to be like, we gotta just leave him behind, she's like, fuck that. And I respect her for that. But anyways, the boyfriend, the new guy, he's only been there 3 months. He's only been with her 3 whole months. And they bring that up because they're making fun of the other guy for being Clover's ex, even though they've all been friends their entire lives. They dated for a little bit, but they broke up due to her grief being so bad. She wanted the space from him. But she had 2 failed newer side attempts. And I get that might make people anxious when somebody is so depressed that their mom dies and their sister leaves them and then goes missing. You know? That you may or may not go a bit crazy and depressed and suicidal. That, as the story goes, anyways, she's, they're like making fun of him for being her ex and just coming along to try and stay close to her. He's like, guys, come on. Like, this isn't about me, this is about her. And like, they're picking on him and stuff, and the guy, the boyfriend's like a freaking psych major, so they bring it up all the time ever. And a lot of his moves are motivated by knowing how to like, by some of that knowledge. But anyways, I'm like getting way too in depth. Anyways, they like start bringing up how the girl, the hot one, doesn't like go without dating someone for a long period of time. Like before him was somebody that she was with for like 6 months, and then before that it was somebody else for like 3 months or something like that. And they're like joking around. They're like, I hope you wait to break up with him until after this trip. And I'm like, Jesus. Anyways, but she comes out out and she goes, hey guys, I think I found where my sister went next. And so they all like get back in his car, and it's his car, the boyfriend's car, and they're driving and they're chilling. But then like a giant fucking rainstorm is fucking happening as well. Like torrential floods are hitting. And they've turned around. They say they've turned around like 2 or 3 times already. They can't get out of it. They're trying to find like somewhere to park. And then they pull into this rest stop area that has no rain. The rain is happening all around it, but there is no rain in the rest stop area. And they're like, what? And it's like, yeah. Oh, Duncan. Well, I got something, bro. I haven't even drank any of it. God, that's fucking good. I should've got a brunette. Anyways. Sorry, flashing lights. I gotta look at this person being pulled over and arrested. They're blocking a fucking exit area. This person's just sitting there. No way, is that another cop car? There's fucking 3 of them. Holy shit, this is a bust. Ooh, fuck. Ooh, shoddy got it, dog. Anyways, they make it to the rest stop area and they walk in there and they're all like looking around me like, what the hell is even going on? And they're like, obviously a group of young adults. And they're like all walking around looking at shit, being like, hello? Is anybody there? And Clover's like outside looking at the rain, like where the rain and the dry part. And the ex guy, the best friend is what I'm gonna call him. The best friend literally standing behind her and he's like, hey, you know, like she hears her sister out there yelling, so she tries to go walk out there, and at that time the hot one writes her name down in the book. And the boyfriend is in the back room looking at a bunch of missing posters. And then, as she does that, you know, something fucking happens. As they're pulling up to this place, as they're pulling into this area, the psychic one, Megan, I believe is her name. I'm going to say that the entire time I say Megan. I'm going to be like, I think it's Megan. She gets volatile sick. She's like, I have a bad feeling. I need to get out of the car right now and throw up right now. And so she does. She goes into the bathroom, tries to work the water. Water doesn't work. Hot one signs her name in there, and all is good. Until it's not, because all of a sudden it is nighttime and they are inside the building and his car is gone, and I'm watching for a deer while I'm trying to remember the movie, and he's like, where the fuck is my car? And somebody's like revving the engine while over like parked in the rain area part of the road. They're like, and it's like, dude, chill out. And he hears a noise in the house. They've all split up. Some went downstairs to the basement to look for something. And and the hot one and the boyfriend are looking out the window, keeping an eye on his car, when they hear a noise. And this is when it gets so fucking good. This is when it gets so good. He goes to see it. He goes to see what happened. You know, like, what was that noise? Or he went to go check something out. I cannot remember. But he does not come back. The light goes out behind her, the hot one, as she's trying to keep an eye on the car. And she starts calling out his name. She's like, hey man, hey, hello? And she turns the light on. He went back to like the missing poster room. And he's also been recording. Keep in mind that he's been like recording little things with his flicks on the light, and the killer is sitting right there. The masked, the masked killer, the masked murderer, whatever you want to call him. The guy that's always in every movie ever. And the boyfriend's upper half falls to the floor. He's like cut in half. And there's a cop. You ain't gonna get me. I'm talking about movie. Talk about my movie over here. Anyways, and she just goes, and I don't think she screams actually. I would have fucking screamed. But she obviously goes to run. He gets her with a pickaxe in the back. And of course the people downstairs hear it. And the nice guy best friend, he's like, oh god, there was a fucking deer. Assholes. He goes to look real quick, and of course you see like the bald murderer with the busted up mask turn and look at him while he sees like his friend's body laying there on the floor with a pickaxe sticking out of it. It is so cartoony and funny. I cannot. Which way am I? Oh. He like runs downstairs to hide from he's like, hide, killer, hide. Megan, psychic, goes to the closet, hides. Him and the other chick, it's like giant open doors. Him and the other chick hide behind the open doors. So as the killer like walks down, he glances at the room real quick and like keeps walking. So the best friend thinks I'm gonna, stop this guy because he's obviously already killed somebody, and he thinks it's a normal fucking person. Everyone would. So as one who thinks a normal person is, picks up one of the wooden chairs, which this entire building is from like 1900s, like early 1900s, like I think 1920, 1930. So it could have been like a truly like oak chair, but it's old. But I think that would still do some damage to a normal person when hit with it. This guy literally heaves it up and slams it down on the killer's back, which does not do shit to him. And he stops and turns to look at him, and he picks up a piece of the broken chair off the floor. This is one of the best part of the body horror to me. This is what in the beginning cemented to me that this was going to be a good movie. He goes to stab the killer with the piece of wood. Instead, the killer basically very quickly picks it out of his hand like you do a child with like a fucking thing they should not have, like a very weak-handed, like an infant gets a freaking toothpick and you take it out of their little hand. Like that's how he basically got it out from that guy. Turned it and then just right through his eye socket, just right. His eyeball smushed onto like the freaking thing, like out of his head. It was so good. And then he starts walking towards the room because he's like, I got his head in there. I better go check it out. Obviously, giving away the others. While this is happening, and you can kind of see how game mechanics kind of go into this with this specific character, with the killer, because main girl Clover moves to go pick up a knife, which she successfully gets, and she made a little noise though, and he cocked his head at her for a second, and then he went back to looking at the closet where the other chick hid, and he opens the doors, looks in there. Psychic chick is hiding in there. He grabs her and starts bashing her fucking head against the floor and kills her that way. And then, of course, while that is happening, Clover finally builds up the courage to go over and stab him. She does. The knife barely goes in the motherfucker. Half of that blade, and it's like a little ass kitchen knife, goes into him. Now, granted, this guy seems pretty fucking tough, and throughout the movie, he's kind of consistent in being like, okay, there's that guy again. Like, obviously being a huge pain in the ass again. I'm gonna turn my high beams on. I'm scared of deer. But literally, he just stands up and it's like, dude, the fuck are you gonna do? And he fucking kills her. And then they all reset. You hear the clicking of like the gears and everything turning, and you watch as the sand in the thingy gets reset, and they all reset back. And there's a second name. She wrote her name a second time in a row on that freaking sign-in board for the visiting center. The hot one did. And they all are like, and they're like, did we just die? Yeah, and they're like grappling with that. That is just the beginning of the amazing kills. I believe this next one, let's see. I'm trying to think. The car is back, so I think he's trying to, they're all running around trying to figure out what to do. God, what got them the second time? I'm trying to think. Was it the witch? Second time the witch? No, second, yes. The, obviously, the psychic gets possessed. She gets, like, dragged into the room of missing posters. No, like, that's the third time. Second time, the boyfriend, like, walks back into the room. Or he's in there, and he's already looking, and he sees their own missing posters. And he's like, guys, there's something here. What the fuck? And I would be too if I saw my own missing poster. And so they're in there talking, being like, what the hell's going on? Like, and they have like giant fucking bruises where they were killed. Like the people in the face. Like, the psychic has half her face is like completely bruised where it was like beaten and bloody last time. The best friend guy has like a black eye where he was stabbed through. The other girl, her neck is absolutely fucked up. And they're like, what is going on? Like, what the hell? God, what killed them that second time? A lot happens in this movie. And they do a great job of, because it's 13 nights. 13 nights that they go through technically. You don't see all 13, and they do a great job of explaining away why you don't see all 13 and why they've gotten so worse so quickly. Because as like the psychic goes, like the psychic was wiping off the mirror in the bathroom, you can see her getting worse, and she literally like pulls out a chunk of her skull with hair on it, and is like, oh fuck, you know. But as the kills go on, they start to morph into W's, or monsters, that belong in those woods. And the area around them also evolves. Like, there's a building across from them, there's a water tower now, there are graves, there are more houses around, there's a fucking Ferris wheel. You know, there's so much going on all around them. And they do... I think my favorite scene had to be from the bathroom, where they like try to hold themselves up in the bathroom, and the one guy starts like hyperventilating, so he gets a cup and he turns on the water and he takes like a huge chug of water, and then he's like, anyone else want some water? And they're all like, yeah, absolutely. So they all get water and they all drink it, and he starts like coughing up blood and shit afterwards, like immediately starts coughing up blood and shit. And then they're like, dude, are you okay? Like, talking about, this is after the witch. Talking about what the witch said, where it's like, either you live through the night or you become part of it. And he's like coughing, they stop talking for a minute. They're like, dude, are you okay? And he's like, I don't know, I think I need more water. And then he fucking explodes. He just like, and it gets in the hot one's mouth, and she's like, oh my god, he's in my fucking mouth. And she goes to drink more water to get it out of her mouth. And the psychic's like, no, it's the water. Stop drinking the water. As she says that, boom, the hot one explodes, right? And they're all like, ah, and they get out of the bathroom. And as they leave the bathroom, they're like, we all drank the water. Oh god, we all drank the water. The psychic one gets the living shit beat out of her. I will say this, the psychic and Clover get like the absolute dog shit beat out of them this entire time. Like, of course, we don't see every death, we don't see how bad everyone else's deaths are. Most of the other people just get like fucking their throat slit, head bashed in, whatever. These two literally get some like the cruelest fucking deaths possible. And it's all about Clover too, believe it or not. So I don't know what the psychic chick did to deserve all that, other than maybe being psychic in an area where that was an advantage. But oh my god. I'll have to keep talking about this in a later video because I'm almost home and I'll have to cut this off. But I mean, what did they do to deserve all that? Anyways, her leg explodes first, not her entire body. Her fucking leg goes and she falls onto the floor. She starts like crawling towards the others, like clawing her way over. And then she trying to think. She her stomach starts to expand and it like blows out the side. She was laying on her back and then she rolls over and it goes and then her head explodes. And Clover's like looking towards the best friend. She's like, you have to kill me. You have to kill me. And then, which, it's like, what is he supposed to do then? Kill himself? Because she like put his hands around her neck and he was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't. Which is understandable. I'd be freaking the fuck out too if my friend was like, just kill me real quick, please. You know, this is like their second or third night. I think it's their third. Like, he's losing his shit. It's understandable. It is very understandable that he'd be like, what the fuck, Richard? But, as they talk, he fucking explodes. And she's like, shit. She just lays down on the floor. And then the gas station guy shows up. You know, guy from the gas station? He shows up, he walks over while whistling, and he looks down at her and he's like, you're not gonna make it through the night. That's not how you make it through the night. That's not how you make it through the night. Just laying there. And then she explodes. Boom, 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 boom. I'm so tired. I'd be doing the dishes while continuing my discussion on Until Dawn. Because I'm still thinking about it. Because guess what? It was a good movie, damn it. It is genuinely such a funny scene. Where they're like, they believe they have it. You know, they are holed up in the bathroom. They are hiding. They think they're all safe. I probably already went through this in the other video that I made the night driving back. These cops were trying to get my ass. Oh my god. I just woke up and get my hair up. I don't work tonight or tomorrow. My other job hasn't scheduled me because I'm training at this one. And they're like, please come back. And I'm like, I will when I am done. Because they want me to get more comfortable at the hospital before they make me full time. But anyways, before they give me more hours, I should say. I think it's gonna be like one like shift away from full time, but still. Anyways. Exploding water, the water that makes you explode, definitely my favorite scene. But it is genuinely such a good movie. I suggest you go watch it. If you don't watch in theaters, I suggest you rent it or buy the DVD. It's genuinely... It's genuinely like just, I'm fighting to get thoughts out of my head. I really am. It's genuinely good. I believe deep down in me that was... And I think I liked it because it scared me. It did get me. And that doesn't happen a lot. Because every horror movie has like a genre, has like a basic principle that you can usually follow pretty damn well. Even Cabin in the Woods did not scare me. Because first of all, it's more of like... Cabin in the Woods is more of an action movie in my opinion. It does have horror elements, but it is definitely more of an action movie in my opinion. Where this Until Dawn movie was genuinely just like, you want to see horror? Do you want to see every kind of horror? And it's amazing. The serial killer, the water, the witch, the zombies, the doctor, the random other like bullshit that they have to deal with, the giant creature in the rain, the having to confront your own suicidal tendencies and loss of your sister and your mom. I mean, that's just like general horror, stuff. And I truly believe that it is one of the best horror movies that have come out this year. I don't think I've seen a lot of recently released horror movies. Just because a lot of them are very schlocky, very, like I said, very by the beat. There is a principle of when you have a serial killer, or a lot of them are like remakes or part whatevers. I saw a trailer for, what was it, Megan 2? And the first Megan, again, more action than, maybe action and thriller than horror. Second movie, they're definitely leaning into the action bit. If you've seen the trailers. And that's what I also appreciate about the Until Dawn, is they're not like leaning really into anything. They're just like, these kids are fucked. Anyways. And I truly appreciate that, because nobody ever really, which I say nobody ever really does that in horror movies. Who did this? This fork is like in here sideways. I get angry, but that's like horror movie logic. It's like in Until Dawn when they get in the car and they try to drive away and they see the monster in the rain and they drive back and they're like, what do we do? What do we do? Where do we go? And the hot one's like looking out the window and she's like, what? And you hear the sound of her boyfriend getting killed because they didn't check the back seat. They did not check. They just hopped in that bitch, shut the door, locked it. They didn't like open it and hit the real quick, like every woman does with like their fucking mace or gun or keys in between your knuckles, where you're like, yeah, this is a really fun day, I love hanging out with, You're already in a serial killer setting and you don't check the backseat. You're asking to get killed, bro. I can always come back to this movie after I buy the DVD, because I'm buying the DVD, I'm buying it. Because this is like media that I never want to lose, ever. But I truly believe it is in my top 10 horror movies. But the main issue is, a lot of horror movies are either exact copies of one another, or they are vastly different entities. And there's no in between. Like, some part of me wants to say, I Saw the TV Glow could be considered a horror movie, more in the psychological or thriller area. think that's actually what it's labeled, but I can't remember. But it's like, I wouldn't classify it as a top tier horror movie. And it's like, yeah, the Terrifier movies have great gore. They're amazing in the gore and the physical, practical effects aspects. I'm not a big fan of it though, because there's no plot. First movie, no plot. Motherfuckers just killing. I like a good plot. I like plotting and trotting. Not just trotting, you know? So, those movies aren't very high on my list. I watched them once and I'm like, that's it. I haven't watched the latest one. I haven't watched the Christmas one. But it's like, I have no desire to, really, because it's like, by the third movie in a franchise, if that is when you're, like, barely getting into plot, I think you need to rethink the entire, franchise. Because it should not take 3 movies. And maybe it took them, because in the second movie they did try to do like a little plot, but it felt very rushed. And that is also something I want to give to Until Dawn. They did not rush shit. They spaced everything out wonderfully. And you can see like the slow degradation of their minds and their physical bodies, which makes it harder to survive through the night if your body is slowly decaying on you, while your soul is still in it. However, whatever you believe in that matter. But imagine, you know? And they do such a good job of showing that, you know? Because they're acting weaker. They look more tired, more worn through, more exhausted. And they are just trying to get through the next night. And you can also see the slow change in their mentalities. Like, even Clover, the main girl, she has finally accepted that her sister is dead, and she literally had to fight her transformed body to really accept it, you know? That's gotta be tough. You know, I love my sisters. I don't know if I could genuinely win the physical battle due to the emotional battle. Because imagine, you know, once you defeat that and you leave and everything, that's it, it's over. You're never gonna see them again. Which is also, you know, another metaphor for acceptance of death. Because the entire time they're looking for her sister, everyone's like, so we're doing like mementos to like her dead sister and she's like missing. She's missing. It's like, girl, nobody's heard from her and she disappeared in the woods in a small town like a year ago, a few months ago. My number one, if somebody told me that their sibling disappeared into the woods and nobody has heard from them for months on end, and they're missing. They're coyote food. They are, they're fertilizer, huh? Like, girl. Which her sister was not. Her sister became a monster. She became one with the night. Which fucking sucks worse because you know your sibling. But she killed her. She killed her in the fight. There is like, I truly believe her sister is dead after that because the night was over. They survived through the night. So whatever happened that night did not get reset. You know, the doctor theoretically is stuck in the loop, but I don't believe the loop affects him. And now, I truly hope they make enough money and make the second movie and it is just as good. Because I genuinely want to see a second one. I feel like some more people need to go out and watch this movie and be like, wait, you want another one? Comedy was peak, acting was great, lighting amazing, physical effects top tier. Where would I put this? Like, this is obviously like a 10 out of 10. I have no complaints about it. In like a few days, somebody's gonna post about everything wrong with the Until Dawn movie. Should be 0 seconds, 0 minutes. Because guess what? There's nothing wrong about that movie. But yeah. I truly believe that, and it's a breakthrough, it truly is. I think I could go on and on and repeat the same points about how beautifully made everything was and how thought through it was as well. Like the Minecraft movie, you could see, I mean, they showed how they brought people in who knew the game and knew how the game mechanics worked. And they were like, would this piss anybody off? And they were like, yeah, and they didn't do it. Is there any other point I have about the Until Dawn movie? I mean, it will definitely, probably should have said this before. I mean, I put spoiler warning. But genuinely, if you are like me and you can recognize the patterns in a movie, especially, you know, I've said this literally like 5 minutes ago, but if you can recognize patterns in horror movies and you can see where it's coming from, where it's going, and it kind of ruins everything because you can't just sit there and be like, oh no, I didn't see the serial killer coming from the serial killer area for the people who are obviously about to be killed by the serial killer. They went off by themselves in the woods, or they are in their car by themselves, or whatever. You know the patterns. And they truly break that stereotype. And they also show, like, the video game-esque in it. Especially with the serial killer. You know? If you watch it, you know. Like, there's a part in the beginning, and there is, I think, a little bit in the middle. And then there's one at the end, where you're like, that is baseline. Dishwasher made a noise. Scared the shit out of me. That is a baseline. I'm hearing like, yeah, nothing really scares me, man. My brand new, very quiet dishwasher that barely makes any noise, scaring the shit out of me. And it's like, I swear I can see like microfibers in the cup. I have microplastics in me, but I can't taste that, so. But the game mechanics, and how they acknowledge, like, which I say, I haven't had time in between, you know, whatever part this is in the recordings that I've made. I'm gonna get the flight room tonight. I have tonight off, and I need to do more schoolwork that doesn't need a ton of attention. And I might go ahead and take my outdoor final, but it's hard to say. We'll find out. I love cheap wine. Yeah, it's cheap wine. I did a healthy pour for something I don't even know if I like. Okay, it ain't bad. Get my mic connected to my computer so I can do stuff like that. I also really like recording with my phone, so I'll just find out eventually. I'll probably do both all the time ever, because this is super easy to just like hook up and do whatever. But that was a tangent. Ignore that. But yeah, I mean, it just, there's so much detail in the movie. I cannot, without like having a list in front of me to focus on, and obviously just got off my brain, I cannot list all the ways that I'm going on a million tangents, which is why this video is so long. even this little clip that I'm gonna cut down a lot of parts where I'm sitting there thinking, or I go off on even more tangents. Like I'm at like almost not an hour, like close to 40 minutes right now. So I've cut so much stuff. Because I would just stand there while holding a dish and be like, you know, like no you don't, but you also do. So go watch the Until Dawn movie. Watch all the Fear Streets on Netflix. Watch the Minecraft movie, just because. What other horror movies that I want people to watch? Anyways, Until Dawn, 10 out of 10. I would love to go watch it again in theaters right now if I had the time, but I don't. So, I don't know, live your life however you want to, whether it's wine drunk or wine sober. Watch whatever movies you want. Have whatever opinions you want about them.